the show. I am Turyatunga Rebecca Juna, and on this day we talk digital transformation, artificial intelligence, and access to market. Digital transformation is part of the theme for the budget of this year, but it falls under the NDP3, chapter 14, and if you want to know more, you look at page 152. But one of the themes of the NDP3 is sustainable industrialization for inclusive growth, employment, and growth. So we come together today to look at this in a digital world and say what are our entry points. But for us to be industrialized, we have to digitalize. And we have what we call the ESC 250. We also have the Africa agenda, or the Africa that we want, Agenda 2063. We also have the SDGs 17 and 9, where digital transformation falls under. And this is the reason as to why we're having this conversation, because from the grassroots, we go to the national level, and from the national level, we go to regional integration and go to the continental level and the world level. And therefore, all the things that we should be doing fall within those different clusters. So for one to understand digital transformation, you need to understand that even the mobile money that you have is digital transformation. Even the email that you send is digital transformation. And even the TikTok, the social media you use, is digital transformation. However, there is also robots, there is also a machinery. So all that is digital transformation. Just like you moved from using, the analog TV, and now you're using DSTV, you're using GoTV. All that is digital transformation, and we are having a discussion today after Uganda had a roadmap under Ministry of ICT that it released in partnership with UNDP, and say, what are entry points as women? What are we lacking? How do we keep ourselves safe? What is cybersecurity? What is digital currency? And we talk about it all today here. Joined with me, Hellena, Sakisa from Dwona Initiative. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Lydia, Anabo from Milima Security. So Milima Security is a cybersecurity company, and we shall be focusing so much on what she says, because we need to know how we keep ourselves safe and how we can use digital transformation to access market for our goods and services. Thank you, ladies, for joining the show.
Thank you.
My first question to all of you is, how do women, before even we go to access to market, keep themselves safe on the internet or using digital platforms, things like AI and all that, to ensure privacy? And in terms of, we have seen nudes come out of women. A lover gets angry and has this pull her down syndrome. You're not supposed to exceed where I thought you should be, and let's release your nudes. How do we ensure we are safe, Lydia? Do we create a virus or a bug so that when your nudes get released, whoever receives that picture and starts circulating it, their phone crashes or whatever they have, including their bank accounts, if the app is on the phone, the bug just even takes the money?
Yeah.
Is that the solution we have to get so that women can be safe in terms of cybersecurity?
Oh, wow. Thank you for that question. It's a fight back question,
Yeah.
because we're at the point in our lives where when these things happen, like nudes, it's mind-blowing how the other party or the male is not even affected much. I am affected more because maybe I'm a woman, or maybe my body is just that attractive and everyone is out there looking out for me. And you've taught me something, because remember, in this field of cybersecurity, nothing is impossible. People have created the biggest ransomwares and have taken over the biggest conglomerates and organizations with just a small ransomware that they sent on an email and someone clicked it and their whole system shut down. So if we need to fight back, we're going to sit down as women, skill ourselves and fight back and create the biggest ransomware that can even shut down Bank of Uganda if we need to go that far. Because it's time for us to fight back, I think. Yeah.
Okay, Hellena, what are some of the challenges women face in using digital technologies?
First, I would like to point out the digital tax that is levied on the citizens, and that's 5% for Uganda, and Kenya is 2%. So imagine women will not be able to access this. Recently, UNCDF carried out a research and was on northern Uganda. And it realized that most of the women out of 10 women, it's only 4 women that can access digital tools or digital phones, something of that sort, of an internet connectivity. But then this still poses to ask a question: what do we want? Especially that the government has said it prioritizes digital transformation, yes, and it was part of the national budget of 2023. So the challenges that women face are not challenges because they do not want to involve themselves in the digital world or digital evolution, but it is because the society they live in first has graced them to be that. First, still on the part of the report or research that was carried out by the UNCDF, it says that most of the women who were carrying out shea butter making were not able to get to sell and get that money. Why? Because the men owned the phones. Yes. So we are living in society. First, we are grappling with the traditional norms. Second, there is gender disparity in technological accessibility. Third, we have, we're not skilled. We don't have the knowledge. You really see that even when we are saying women in tech, the numbers are still less. So it is upon us women that we shield ourselves through getting more knowledge, because basing still on the research carried out by the UNCDF, it is said that when these people were going to the communities and finding out why the women were not really able to access these digital services or this digital technology, the women were saying that the digitalization is for the men. It is not for us, the women. It's for the men. So it is better for my husband to stay with a phone, with a mobile money phone, and me it is okay because I do not even how to operate it. So it still comes to the government and the women themselves to to find how we can really create awareness, because digital transformation has 3 elements, and that is connectivity, creating awareness, and also giving people the capacity to involve in the digital transformation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We get to see that if we have the issue of Momo Pay or Airtel Pay, we have that aspect where a person has their phone and there is that risk where the person calls and says, I'm from UCC, now change your code and all that. How best can we create awareness? And I think this goes back to government, that women need to protect themselves, because you get to see that she has kept her little money on Momo Pay or mobile money, and there are these frauds that wake up and want to take her little money. How do we ensure that we give them that knowledge? How best can we give them that knowledge?
Just as I say that the 3 core elements of digital transformation includes awareness. So very many women in rural areas do not really know about this. They're always excited about someone calling them and telling them, oh, I've deposited 1 million. You will see the woman doesn't even share it with anyone because she's like, they've deposited 1 million. The man has told me, or this person has told me, he will give me a thing or some company of 100K. So they do not share it. Why? Because they think, if I share it with this one, the deal of 100K will not come to my phone. So it still goes back to awareness, creating awareness. And you see, we cannot just say we are creating digital transformation and yet we are not reaching out to these communities.
Yeah, digital literacy.
Yes. You are telling people digital transformation, or we are wanting women in tech, or we are advancing for women in tech, we are leaving no one. You are saying you are rooting for digital transformation and leaving no one behind, but still the masses who are women are not really getting into these spaces where they can fully be skilled, have the capacity and have the knowledge on how to apply these skills to the community in digital evolution. So it is very important that even when we as women movements or women bodies are saying we are leaving no woman behind, we are striving for equality or in gender equality in technology, we should also address issues of the skilling, of the awareness and the capacity for women to really have the ability to participate in the digital transformation era.
Thank you, Helen. So we highlight the issue of digital literacy, and it's a very broad one for those that are in classes and doing PhDs around digital literacy, but also for the little awareness for the grassroots person. And I'll come back to you, Lydia. With artificial intelligence, it's exciting. Eh? I can type in something and then you say, my phone is listening to me. Yeah, Siri, what is that? Siri, play for me that song. You know, artificial intelligence is fun. And I was talking to a brother of mine, he's in your world, and he tells me, you need to keep privacy. I'm like, but somebody can steal your own ID. I'm like, my national ID. And I think he just said, let me let this one go. And I'm like, I'll ask a fellow woman, how do we ensure that, yes, digital privacy we want, and when artificial intelligence is all that fun and it brings on new things, how do we ensure digital ID are kept and are safe, data protection and all those things, while we want to do our TikTok or want to do our social media, and how even e-banking and e-commerce and internet banking, how do we ensure that we are keeping our IDs safe and all that?
All right. So in this digital transformation era, if we're going to beat this, like you said, we have to skill a lot. But let me come back to your question that says, how do we protect ourselves? Remember our national IDs these days, we are related to by a NIN. If I say your NIN, you know that's my NIN, because I think it starts with your date of birth and something like that. Okay. That's your NIN. So this information has been picked and given to other establishments. Right now, when you go for a passport, they just put your NIN number and the information comes up. So if this information is being shared already, because at the end of the day, when I walk to MTN and they say, what's your NIN? And then my information comes, it means you, UCC, or the guys in charge of my data are distributing it out. They're giving it out. You get the logic. It's going everywhere. It's going everywhere. They just define me by my NIN. And they say, oh yeah, the information is here. You see. Am I able to protect that information? Yes, there are laws and acts that have come up, but do I have it in my hand? You see. Right now as I speak, I think the WF Economy Forum something came up, like they're coming up with a way to define what they call decentralized IDs. Now they want to design something like a digital wallet for a human being to have your personal information, to be able to say, I choose who I give it to, I choose when I give it to, and I choose when it's off the internet. You get? So for now, the data distribution is going around. It's already going around. You go for a passport, they put your NIN. You go for a SIM card, they put your NIN. They're using NIN. So our information is already out there. Can we protect it? Maybe the law can protect us at some point.
So you're at the mercy of the person that has it.
Thank you very much. You're at the mercy of the person who has it. It's a matter of getting. Right now, if I go to URA to pay for tax or something, they just ask me, what's your NIN number? Boom. Everything, my date of birth, my name, my next of kin, everything, my businesses, because even my NIN is related to my name, to my business, you see? So these things it's a correlation. Our information is out there. I can go right now, if I'm, for security, if I'm looking for you online, I just need to type your name. And Facebook is going to give me your information. I'm going to get your Facebook account, your LinkedIn account. I want to start from there. And I go like, okay, what does she do? All right. So I'm doing what they call, it's called OSIC. It's open intelligence. There's open intelligence now. That's also where the AI comes in. This information is being fed into machines. That's where we have things like machine learning. Machines are being taught, okay? When I come back home, switch on the light. When I come back home, these things are interconnected. They
what
connect
we see on
light.
TV,
Thank you very much.
on those films.
It's called Internet of Things, IoT. Turn on the TV. Siri, please play me. Siri, I'm feeling weird today. Just play me some slow music. You're feeding the machine. So it's becoming intelligent, because you're feeding it every day. Yeah, switch off the lights. I want to sleep. Siri, when it's 10 a.m., wake me up. And Siri will wake you up. And she will know you wake up at 10.
But Siri has a problem. So what if somebody hacks Siri? Don't they get my information?
That's what I'm saying. If Siri is hacked, they're going to get all your information.
Dang.
I know. So we need to be afraid because our information is already out there. Yeah, I hope in the future with these initiatives that are coming up and processes, they're able to give us back our information and say, you know what, it's your information. Because even right now, there are things they call trackers or cookies online. I go and type. Right now, I can sit with you right now and say, oh my God, I like Davido. Then I'm like, wait a second. What happened? Why is my phone giving me Davido music? You know why? Because when you install the application, it asks you for certain things. It says, allow your phone to record. Allow your phone to contact location. So you say yes, 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 yes. So when you're installing these applications, be keen enough to see, if I'm installing an application that does mobile money, why is it asking me to record? You know those things where you say, allow phone to record, allow phone to check your contacts, allow phone to pick your pictures. You have to be keen and say, why is it asking me to record? So if maybe your application records, the next time you're opening Instagram, it's showing you David, his family. You're like, wait a second, how did that happen? So as we use these new applications and these new things in this digital age, like we say, awareness is important, but skilling too is important.
Yeah, skilling.
Like where I work in Milima, we have designed an academy where we are training cybersecurity experts. Yeah, it's called Milima Academy. We are training experts. We are going to people's offices. We are awareness. Our pyramid of growth has started from awareness. We say, you know what? Before we even start to do hacking for you or check if your systems are secure on the internet, let's first try to teach you the basics. Don't just click a link. Don't leave your password on the table. Don't, this is your information. Guard it as much as you can guard a child. You see, when your child is crossing the road and you want to jump in the middle of a car, that is your information. I should not walk into your office and find a sticky note on your desktop that has your username and password. No. When I take your phone now and I'm able to crack it, remember, your Gmail has synced all your information. I can see your photos. I can see your Google Drive because I'm in there. You see what I'm saying? So this information, like I said, is out there.
I am just sitting here and thinking to myself, if you got my Gmail, then you get to see.
Yeah. Because remember, our photos are backed up. Every time we take photos on our phone, they're synced.
Google,
our photos. Google Photos, Google Drive. I mean, everything, our documents, they're out there.
Google Contact.
Thank you very much.
Digital transformation is running at a fast pace. And for me, there is a digital divide, an intergenerational gap. That even when you're telling your friends that are, because I have very many friends that are in their 60s and 70s, I'm like, we are going to TikTok. They're like, what is that? And you're like, it's a social media app. So what do you do there? So I have been telling even my grandmother, you can join TikTok and laugh.
Wow.
But right now, I want to reverse that discussion and say, don't join TikTok so that I don't get to see her, because I remember when we were doing Zoom, you wouldn't even know that the camera is turned on when we had just begun.
True.
Yes. And then the first thing you think, Rebecca, can you turn off your camera? And you're like, but where is the camera? But that was because we had people that could help us. But now, how do we as women address this digital divide in an intergenerational way?
Intergenerational way. So
yes,
we are moving from the traditional way to the way of
because we have
now.
our grandparents, and you want to send some mobile money, but like you want to say, but they cannot even say, okay, Bana, where is the mobile money? I didn't see the message.
You might take the phone to the guy and say, please put in the pin
and give out the pin and say, this is a Junior pin. So they're teaching us cyber security and all those things, but those basics. How do we address that intergenerational divide? Because now, even when we are at home, you're on your phone, and then the grandparents think that it's very disrespectful to be on your phone. But then the email is the mode of communication. I'm talking with somebody, even WhatsApp of, hey, I'm doing this and this and this and this. But the older generation sees it as though it's disrespectful. And not know that this is our mode of communication. So how do we address that intergenerational divide?
I think how we can address that intergenerational divide is first humility with us, the young people. Why? Because you see, those old people sometimes think we do things because we want to disrespect them. So he will complain. Oh, your judge can complain and say, hey, but you're on your phone. Because I also have my grandmother. When you're on your phone, she's like, oh, what is this? What is, she's Snapchat. Actually, there's one time she was on my Snapchat and she was, like putting it as a story.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like,
oh, wow.
We have been speaking in conversation and first she has been recording, not knowing that she's recording, and she was going to put it as a story. It's good that I did not have like data.
Thank God.
So it takes humility, because I had to be humble enough, and I told her, this thing is like this. You do not have to do this because it can bring me problems. Then, but you see, the way we approach these older people matters.
Yes, it does.
Yes, because some of us sometimes just say, Kazende boy, don't disturb me.
Yeah.
Don't disturb me. You don't understand.
They don't understand.
You're minimizing them. But you see, the way you handle older people is also the way they react back to you. So if you really handle them with humility and you tell them, judge, Senga, this is how this thing is done. I tell you, those people really listen. If you tell them, your mobile money PIN, never give anyone. You call me. Don't you see that sometimes our grandparents, I have my Jaja, Musaja, he travels to Kenya. He stays in Kenya, but when he comes here and he wants to withdraw money from his Safaricom line, he gives it to me. But when I'm going and I know my cousins who are sharp are there, I tell him, don't tell them your PIN, because the moment you tell them, this people will go and withdraw all that money. So and there's a way they become protective when you tell them. So I think we as the young people or the young generation, we should take the initiative to teach them in a friendly way, in humility, that this is this. Oh, this is an email. Oh, this is what, because those older people are so excited to learn.
Yeah.
They're usually excited to learn. So if you tell them, oh, this is a Gmail, this is how they send. Oh, this is how they send. Actually, there's one time I was on my laptop and I was sending an email to someone, and my judge was like, hey, even you young children of this age, you know how to type faster. Then I was like, for you, your turn is going to come, and then I give you, and also you type. She was excited. So the next day when I came back from my intern, she was like, hey, but you told me that you're going to teach me how to,
Yeah.
So even this WhatsApp, I because my judge did not have he had a smartphone but did not have the capability to really put on WhatsApp. So I told him, and he loves my grandmother so much. So my grandmother is in Uganda and he is in Kenya. So I told him, when he was in Uganda, he had come for treatment. I told him, Jaja, this is how they do WhatsApp. You can even video call a person, and mostly because you love your woman, you will really. And he was so excited. And then I also went to the woman and I told the woman, you see, you have a smartphone. Don't just leave it there. You can call your husband when he's in Kenya and you see what he's doing. So recently she reaches out to me and she tells me, but you told me that even on what? On WhatsApp I can call my man. I said, okay. I put for her data and then I called the other replied, and then they talked.
Oh, wow.
So and she was very happy. So it takes really they are quite stubborn.
They
are quite stubborn. They will minimize. They'll say, this thing of yours is even for bad manners. They will say, they have that thing. This is immorality. They will say, this is immorality. This is disrespect. But the more you show them that no, this is good. It can this service. It can do to you this service. It can bring to you this opportunity. They really like it. So it is upon us, the young people, that we respect these people as we are telling them, this is WhatsApp, this is Twitter, this is mobile money, this is online banking. It can save you from even going and telling people that, put for me my what. So we should take the initiative.
Yeah, I've seen some on TikTok and the boys will be like, Jaja, oh no.
Just so I can add about the awareness and stuff. You see, UCS is doing something about the Tom Ferrer campaign. They have actually translated that thing to, I think, very many languages. I think that's another way to
Yeah.
awareness, yeah?
Yeah.
Don't fair as in, don't just pick up a call and someone tells you put in your PIN. I mean, there should be a way that someone, you need to ask, you need to ask the questions like, why would I put my PIN? Yeah, what do you need from me? So those questions need to be had, and our parents and our grandparents need to know when someone calls you and they're not your brother, your son, or your niece or nephew. Ask the questions. Why would I put my PIN?
Yeah.
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 Why would you, where do you work? Yeah. Can I talk? Go even ballistic and say, can I talk to your supervisor? Airtel, where? Can I come to your offices? You get, so these questions need to be, but this conversation needs to go wider and wider and wider.
You see, to add something small, what perturbs me is why is it that these guys who really like are scammers, why do they target women a lot?
Because of the digital divide in terms of
gullible.
information,
Because like me, to my experience, the colleagues I have been with, every day at least there's one colleague who has been scammed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, people call and also that. Then also what I want us to highlight on is the fact that you can have money in your bank account. Debit, credit, debit, credit, as you're doing Visa, those post machines, the post machines are also digital transformation.
Yes, they are.
And later on you find, my money is not there. How do we ensure that women, as they are trading, as they are engaging in business, they are safe while using their banking apps, while using fintech? Yeah.
Okay, so when you talk about my money not being there, there are two things. The fintech company offering me this service should tell me, we deduct this much of your money when you do this. Yeah. So I'm able to sit down and say, fine, that one was a deduction. I understand that. Also, the fintech company needs to tell me, this is how you protect your application by doing this. Maybe 2-factor authentications, use a password and OTP. When you open your app, log out. Yeah. When you get in there, don't just put your PIN when everybody's seeing, when your login details. I need to have those small, they're called security awareness. I need to be security aware. This is how I use my app. This is how I turn off my app. This is how I log in, instead of log out. If I'm not using my application, this is what I need to do. Yeah. If I'm having a challenge, there's a customer care, someone I can call to help me out. If my money is off the account, I need to know, can I call somebody right now? And they tell me, you know what? Yeah, we see your money went, but it looks like you're the one who came and took it. Like, what time? From where? You get? I think there should be a bunch of details for me to know when I'm using this application. These are the good, these are the bad about this application. I think that's one of the ways.
Okay. I want us to also highlight on digital currency. There is a lot of talk about cryptocurrency and all that.
Bitcoin.
What are the global discussions? Because we have said that we come from the national level, we go to the ESC level, then we go to the African Union level, then we go to the global level. What are some of the global discussions or policies or protection measures that are there? Because, man, this digital thing is taking us at a high speed. I can honestly tell you that you have to Bitcoin and transact. So give us a feel about what digital currency is.
Okay, so we all know that digital currency is virtual currency. It's not paper. So among the many, many reasons why people came up with this, someone just thought and said, we don't need the bank, do we? No, let's kick it out. We don't need money, paper money. Yeah, let's kick it out. So let's trade virtually. Yeah, in a way, just drop my coins in my wallet. I drop coins. Like, the wallet that we have, MTN has a wallet. That's a wallet. So drop coins, but they're virtual. They're online, yeah? But we can trade with them. But remember, to trade with also this money, we need to have companies on board to receive these coins or this virtual currency, okay? So when we talk about trading with it, first of all, it's not even secure, because actually, if there are talks, they need to get to a place where these monies have a governing body or something. But remember, no country can hold them at ransom. First of all, they're online. You see what I'm saying? No government can sit and say, these are our Bitcoin. No. We don't do. No. So you have a wallet, you have like a bank account, that's your money in your wallet. You trade with it the way you want to trade with it. The disadvantage with it is people are trading with it and doing fraud with it, buying the worst things, going on the dark web and trading with it for photos. Now there's another part of the internet called the dark web. The dark web is where you find the hackers who actually trade things from pornography to guns to everything on the dark web. Okay? That's another part of the internet, that is out there. That is also unprotected and unsolicited. You can't even put hands and put, what they call them, chains on people's hands because who is this? Because everyone
you can't see the face.
Or everyone is in there with a name, like a different name. I'm called Solitaire 50. How are you going to find me? Yeah. I'm as protected behind firewalls and VPNs as I can. I'm as protected. So you can't. So this is another way. So this Bitcoin or cryptocurrency or whatever, it's a beautiful trend. Peradventure in the future, maybe it can catch on if countries choose to say, let's have a governing body for this money, let's have controls for it, let's have an act, let's have policies for this money. But like I said, it's being traded because restaurants are getting on board, hotels are getting on board. They say, pay with Bitcoin, pay with Bitcoin. So this money is growing and growing and growing. Wow. Yeah.
Man, this TikTok thing, I thought I knew it, but man, for me, I think I've stopped at TikTok. Like when you've talked about the dark web, now that's a conversation that now hinders access to market, or gives access to market. To how can we tap into the dark web?
First of all, you have to know the dark web itself, how to go around, how to go about it in the dark web. Because remember, you have to be as secure as possible. If they catch you, you're in trouble. So there are also rules for that underground world. There are rules of getting into there and staying in there. Who are you? They vet you. I mean, who are you? You could be a Fed or something like that. Yeah, but again, people, I think FBI or something also has access to that dark web because they also pick hackers from there. Sometimes, these are elite hackers who have gone the other way, because in the hacking environment, we have what they call let me call them black hat, because these ones are the guys who are in it for financial benefit. They're in it for other benefits. You have the white hats, guys who will just do ethical hacking. Because for me, I'm a white hat hacker. I'm an ethical hacker. We're ethical. We come to your company, we sign an NDA, we sign a memorandum of understanding. We say we're going to scope your company. This is where we stop. We don't go beyond that.
So you also hack people.
We are ethical hackers. No, but mostly, like I said, Milima
I tell you, when you see an IT person, run for your life.
Milima, like I said, is a cyber security company. So what we do is we come to your company, we establish your security posture. Where are you? In the security game. Are you hackable? Are you secure on online as you're transacting and everything like that? So, like I said, there are rules for everywhere. There are rules for Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a governing body. Now we talk about blockchain technology.
Are those now assets, digital assets?
Yeah, now
blockchain is digital assets.
Digital assets are managed by, or it's a technology solution that manages digital assets. Ethereum, Bitcoin, NTF.
Give us more detail about digital assets.
Digital assets.
Yeah.
All right, so digital assets are literally, again, virtual. Yeah. Virtual, they're not tangible, but they have value. Now, digital assets can go in, you can break it down to the place where video, you see this video that they're taking up here, if they put it online, it becomes a digital asset of this company. You get what I'm saying? Videos, audios, spreadsheets, logos of company. Those are your digital assets. They have value. And they're online. See what I'm saying? And they're online. They're virtual. They're online. They're somewhere. Every time you NTF is a token, to define your identity of your blockchain. So blockchain is a technology of a couple of computers that are communicating. You see, so they enable these digital assets. The technology behind blockchain is the one that is enabling these digital assets and these transfers. People are doing contracts online. So you have a lot of assets online. These are what they call the digital assets, contracts and things like that. Yeah.
Wow. The IT world, the ICT world is a big world. Yeah. And I always tell people, when you see an IT person, know that person might be quiet, but they're very dangerous.
Don't fear us. Actually, we actually love to give this knowledge. You know why? Because we'd rather have you aware than you not aware. It's very sad if you walk up to somebody and they don't know some of the things. You go like, oh, wow. You just click that link and it said Bank of Uganda, but Bank of Uganda, the B in Bank of Uganda was with a hyphen at the top.
Oh, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I sent you a link. I'm like, hi, from Bank of Uganda. Then there's a link. It says www.bankofuganda. But Bank of Uganda has a hyphen at the top. You're like, then you click. And then you install malware. then you install ransomware because someone just tricked you, just a little tick in the K. The K is in Greek or whatever. Then you're like, yeah, this is the link of Bank of Uganda.
So we have to be extremely careful.
Extremely careful, yes.
Man, each time I get goosebumps around those discussions. But I want us to talk about hacking. We've seen accounts hacked, conversations leaked. And then you've hacked the person, you've released their nudes. Then after now you're asking for the money. They've given you the money, you've released more. How do we as women protect ourselves? And I think that's cybersecurity in terms of ensuring that we are not hackable, that is one. But also, if this person has already had my information, how do I get that information and turn it into a malware or a bug, as we are talking about, so that there is no blackmail, there is no money transfers? Because even after they've been given money, they still come for you, and you ask yourself, what does this person really want? How do we ensure that even social media, because they target your WhatsApp conversations, if you're having conversations with certain people, they target you. If you're a woman, your nudes. If you're a government official, they will target your maybe bank accounts. It's always blackmail. I think you've talked about the dark web. So how do we ensure, even with our phones, that we are safe? That even when the hacker has hacked my phone and I don't have access, I can turn it into a bug or a virus and let them go off.
Okay, so like I said, the digital world is as crazy as it gets. But you see, let's start with the small little things, like a password on your phone, or biometrics, or the logins, or my accounts have logins, or two-factor authentication. Like we said, I can put a password, then I can receive an OTP. That's two-factor, meaning if someone put a password in my phone, they have to access an OTP, which comes to my line, because OTPs come to the phone number or the email. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So if I can do two-factor, three-factor authentication, part of me is safe. Like, you know what? There's a little security there. Like, fine, they took my phone. Yeah, I can go onto Google and wipe my data. You see iPhones, how iPhones are very beautiful. You can go there and just clean out your data and say, you know, fine, take the empty phone. There's no way you can come after me after that. So I believe let's start with the small little things. Password protection, security. If it's a laptop, does it have an antivirus? You know, if it's this, can it, you know, the small, I believe someone said the small things we put in, they amount to something really big. And again, let's be aware that these things are happening. Yeah, because funny enough, I think police released a report about cybersecurity. They gave a particular number, but those are only reported cases. There are cases that are not reported. My nudes were leaked. What are you going to tell police? There's a Data Protection and Privacy Act. They'll go in there and tell you, okay, fine. Why were you taking naked pictures? Why were you keeping them on your phone? You know what I'm saying? So you come out of a place saying, you know what? I look like I'm not at fault for just exercising my right to use a camera on myself when I want to look at myself and say, this is how I look. Can I keep my photos? You see? So as much as possible, let us try to practice the security, small things, password, two-factor authentication, my credentials, they're not everywhere. No one has my credentials. If you're that selfish, don't even allow I know your partner. Could be, maybe your husband could, but your partner, I'm dating this guy and he has all my logins. I mean, why? Yeah, why?
I think also something for me, one of the things I have seen is somebody came to my laptop and put, I don't know, it's like a small thing. Yeah.
USB, yeah.
I'm like, so what has happened to my laptop? It is black now. And you know, there were gentlemen there that came and I don't know what they did with the laptop, but that laptop, I think I let it go. I don't know what they wanted.
No, because hacks happen in different ways. Even a USB stick, a small USB. You see, we can come and tell you secure your doors and your windows and everything like that. But if I walk in with my bag and there's a USB stick that has a malware on it, malware is maybe corrupted information or just information, or like a virus that just creeps into your computer. Trojans, these are malware per design. You put into a computer, it copies itself from file to file to file to file to file to file and destroys your entire data. You see, so just a USB stick that walks into a building can cause havoc.
But also, you see, I think
For me, I just got pissed with that lady, and up to now it has never settled with me. They just put in my pocket.
Because remember, sometimes we go to these places where they do printing for us. Eh? You know how many
Yeah.
places that thing has been? So many people's computers have viruses, so they just bring it on.
There's a white password put in my computer, my laptop.
but
Yeah.
also to a very big extent, I think while we are advancing in this digital transformation world or evolution world, we should not trust anyone.
Oh yeah.
That's the first thing we should really point out, because at the end of the day, you really see, looking at Sheila Gashumba's case, she tells you it is her friend who did something of that sort. So it is high time that even we women who fall more of the victims of this cyber insecurity cases is because we are so vulnerable, that to the extent that we trust so much. Oh, I am in love with this guy. I know he loves me so much. Oh, he has access to my phone, my pictures, my work, my bank account, everything. And at the end of the day, when things do not turn out as planned, it is you who is damaged and laughed at in the community. So it is high time that even when we are having, it is very okay to socialize, to have relationships or friendships, but it is high time that we do not trust people around such information, because you know that someone will just do like this and
It's by a click.
Yeah.
Digital transformation has its challenges.
Yes, it does.
A lot of challenges. And for me, I'm a person that thinks that at some point you should have a touch phone.
Yeah.
At some point, for some purposes, have a touch phone, because people can have access to your passwords without you knowing.
Yes.
How do we ensure? And it's not just that you get it on a sticky note and put it. I think it was Kanare Mugume, I think, talked about a hacking of somebody, and the hacker just got their password and alternative email and put it out there for them and said, this is it, on Twitter.
Oh wow.
Actually, for Sheila Gashumba, she posted on Snapchat and she was like, stop using your mobile phone numbers to be the passwords for this.
Yes,
platform.
but for this person, they got it. I think for me, you get the email, you get my alternative email, you get the backup email, and then it's on Twitter. How do we then, because now this is an inside thing, how do we ensure that despite, the two-factor authentication and all that, how do we put another layer of security?
Okay, so when we talk about the two-factor, there's also a three-factor, okay? So help me understand, this information that was taken off a phone, or?
This hacker just hacked another person's account.
Yeah.
And I think Canary said he was trying to defend what was happening. And the hacker, using another person's account that was hacked, put out his information, the email address, the backup email, and his password, and just said weak security, weak, I think, password. Because now, at least if you've taken the email, and you shouldn't be knowing my backup email. This guy knew this person behind the computer knew the backup email, and put it out there. So how do I ensure that is safe? How do I check that my information doesn't leak out?
So when we go for these awareness trainings, we do a small trick. There's a tool called Have I Been Pwned? Have I been pwned? You just type it into the internet and you put your email. If you've been pwned, your email will come back and say, your email was leaked, or your email is somewhere. You get the logic. Yeah. It's just a link. You just put Have I Been Pwned, and you put your email. If it has been accessed anywhere, it will give you results. Or even it can even ask you, put in a password. You put a password, it tells you this password takes 2 months for someone to crack. You get what I'm saying? So, no, I don't want to scare us. I just want to tell us that awareness and information has to be really something everybody needs to understand what's happening out there.
Yeah.
So for someone to have your email and the password, see, every time you create these emails and passwords, they're what they call vaults or databases that hold this information. Okay? They're saved somewhere. So if I'm able to hack the database where your Gmail accounts are stored, I'm able to pull yours out and say, this is Becky, fine. Becky, hi, your email, your password, and even the other ones. Just to show you that I can do it. You get what I'm saying? I can do it. There are applications like password vaults. Yeah. hackers find vulnerabilities, they get in there. There's what they call, you see this Google thing where they say use password or store a password or
save password,
password, yeah. So if I'm able to get into that vault right there or that, I'm able to get your password. Secondly, if you opened your email on my computer and you didn't log out and walked away, you know what you've done for me? You've left me everything.
So we need to ensure that we log out.
Yes. So wherever you are, like I keep saying, just make sure when you're done, when you walk out of a place, check twice. You see how we lock the doors? Did I bolt?
Yeah.
Let me go back in there.
Yeah.
It has to be. Yeah. Log out. Because every time you create, this is the thing, you create a Gmail account, you leave it there. Next time someone just comes and says, Lydia opened, Becky opened, Sarah opened. So let me tap Lydia's. Boop.
Oh.
And Lydia's email.
Yeah.
Opens.
Yeah.
And then I'm in there.
There is a lot we have to learn as people in terms of, cybersecurity, in terms of our data, in terms of the way we use our machines. And I think those are reminders that we need to have monthly reminders.
That's true.
And that being said, I want us to focus on steal the money. Because for me, I can honestly tell you, internet banking is difficult. I went off internet banking. I remain with the app, but I don't even think the app works right now. Because you open, even when you're abroad, you open that internet banking thing, and of course, it's hard to navigate, and I think it's for security reasons. But we have cases where you hear, oh, there has been a hack in the bank and this money, but it never comes out. How do we ensure that our money is safe while we are doing internet banking?
Okay. So safety, again, like I said, comes back to our knowledge, but most importantly, let me take you back to the part where someone clicks a link that takes them to their bank account, but it was a fake link. Then you put in your information, and there's a man in the middle who captures that information. Then they redirect you to the right link of the bank.
Yeah.
So again, you go back in there and say, but I put my password. What? Then you put it again, meaning someone has already intercepted it. Yeah. So I can open your account elsewhere, and I'm also able to transact. But also another thing, in our cybersecurity space, we have people, processes, and technology. The weakest link in this is people. Most of the hacks that have happened in banks or anywhere has been the people aspect. The technologies are there, the processes are there, the standards, they have designed password policies, they have designed change passwords after 2 days. I mean, people have done the paperwork, but there's a person here called the people. The people aspect has been the biggest issue. Someone will walk in with a flash, someone will click a link, someone will leave a password, someone will leave the application open, someone will walk away to the toilet, and then someone will come. You see, so the people aspect, that's why we insist and say, let us train and keep people aware. If you read about the hacking that happened in the bank, it has been the people aspect. It has been a software that was designed and there was a loophole left. Then someone got into the loophole and was able to get into the system.
Wow.
Yeah. So people are going in onto the cloud, because cloud also offers security.
Yeah, cloud storage.
Yes. Or AWS, Microsoft as well. People have gone there because it offers security. But again, these guys are offering security for you around the technology they're offering you, not for the technology you're putting into their system. So if I put technology, or if the system software I designed has a loophole and I put it into this box, yeah, these guys are just providing for me security around it, not inside. So if I'm able to get into the software, I'm able to break through into the box. So if I'm able to get into one box, I'm able to jump into the next box, the next box, the next box.
Digital transformation.
Yes, like we say.
My last question to you is, okay, for me, I had friends who say, how do I ensure my calls are not stopped? How do I get into a hotel room and not see hidden cameras?
Oh, wow.
People tapping your conversations, you're on phone, but someone else is listening to what you're saying. That is one. Then also getting into a room and then there are hidden cameras. How do we get to see hidden cameras in hotel rooms? And you know, we've talked about nude, but sometimes people are not recording themselves. Somebody has put a hidden camera, then after they start blackmailing and say, okay, give me money, I have your nudity. And you wonder, how did they get out there?
Yeah.
So how do we notice hidden cameras in the rooms? How do we notice that there are chips, microphone chips that can be here, and somebody puts a microphone chip to listen to you? Even on your own phone. As we are navigating the spaces of artificial intelligence. Yeah.
So these are, let's say, on the phone listening devices. These are just maybe, like, I'll go back again. These things are done by us, because if I clicked a link that downloaded something on my phone that accesses audio, it's my fault. You get that? Not my fault, but the people part. It's me who clicked the link. I mean, no one came and took my phone and said, let's put it. Yeah, probably there's that software, because I've seen it, I think, on TV. I hope it happens, where they pick your phone, they put a flash, and then they download some malware that can listen in on information. Yeah, I've seen it. I hope, I don't know if it's out here, but these things are out there. People have designed technologies. They can send you a link, you click, it downloads some malware that can listen in on your information. That's your phone. For the hotel, there are two things. Either I'm going to walk into the hotel and check for myself, but I don't know, I've not heard about a technology that you can put and say, check for me cameras in the room. It's yet to come out, I think. I think hidden cameras. Because at the end of the day, if that happened to you in a hotel, who is liable? I'm going to go back to the hotel security and say, wait a second.
But you know, you've gotten into a room and it's not there. You're not seeing it. And then voila,
your images are out there. So should we try and check more when we get into the rooms? Should we pull out blankets and check behind TVs and check if that TV there with that thingy is
you
on?
See, hidden cameras can even be in the bulb. They can be. But how do we? Because for me, security is paramount, and also privacy is paramount.
That's true.
But you know, when we are watching these movies, if you see what America does in terms of its security, that's when you're like, okay, if these things are happening there, they are automatically here. So for me, I am so conscious, but you know, you can't be conscious so much.
And all the time.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I want us to sit with ourselves and say, as women, because even when you're in that hotel room and a story can be written, oh, blah, 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 oh, this and this and this, even when you're not doing anything. But just for one's privacy, to relax and say, okay, there is nothing, let me be okay and sleep very well. If you want to sleep naked, you sleep naked. And not waking up in the morning like, voila, see yourself.
Oh, wow.
So yes, some of those things. But you've ever gotten a call and then you hear as the cockroaches are in the background?
Static in the background,
What is that?
So I don't want to,
and it's not a network issue.
I don't want to put it out there and say, oh, someone is recording your call. They could be recording your call, but also it could be, I want to think that MTN or whatever records our conversations on the phone. Do they? I don't know. I want to be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's something that happened to one of my friends. I think she was talking to someone, and this other person said, called her and told her, oh, you've been speaking to this person for 1 hour, and this is what you've been speaking. Like, gave her the details, and that is what she spoke.
Wow.
Like, you know, up to now, we are still wondering, was the guy able to
divert the call?
Yes. And
can
if
it
it's
called diversions, or can it be
like, it's really perturbing? And you know, most of us who are his friends have now like shunned from talking.
So are they tapping his calls?
No, like, how taps your call?
No, the person who you're calling is there, like, are they tapping?
It does.
Yes, like eating, and he taps your
and
he taps your call and he tells you whatever you have been talking. Yes, I know, because he tapped two of my friends and
wow,
I was like, okay,
how do we know we are being tapped?
How do we know we're being tapped? If someone tells you you're being tapped, that's the only way you can know you're being tapped.
Oh, you can't know that you're being tapped.
Unless someone tells you, oh, you're being tapped. Because you may hear even that static, but it could be just a network thing or something. But I don't want us to conclude and say I'm being tapped, because if we do, I don't know, we're never going to call anybody, unless someone calls you. Like, you see the guy calls and tells you, I have had your conversation.
Yeah.
That one might be on the window.
But no, he was not. He he was, I think, in town, and these people were speaking like from home. So like, speaking. So the guy comes and tells the girl, this is what you spoke to the other person, and this is what you spoke about me. This is what you spoke about me. Then said, and told the girl, by the way, be careful.
You spoke about me. So I mean, it was like a whole rival and stuff. Someone went. Oh wow.
So from now,
you see where these things are coming from? Rivalry.
Everyone now like fears, and for me, it perturbed me so much. It's like I'm like, okay, because the girl he was threatening is not like so educated, illiterate.
No.
So these two women, he has been threatening that not educated enough. But I wanted to really like ask people, because but I feared like to ask, because they'll be thinking, am I doing something wrong? Those assumptions that come around. Yeah. But still, up to now, like, it perturbs me, and since I've gotten that chance, man, I really want to know
how they tap
the call.
This digital technology thing we are talking about. We need to go
slow and step by step, as we understand the things, because we can't get into things we don't understand.
You see, if you're traveling and download the KLM app, all those apps, and check in online, you delete after. Then next thing you're on Twitter, you see the KLM app. Thinking to yourself, when did this one come back?
Those are cookies or caches. The computer keeps a cache of what you were typing earlier. So that's why when you go back to Google and say Becky, before you finish the word Becky, the name comes, because you had already searched for Becky. So it keeps a cache. That's why you go back to your history. You have to also
clear the
history, like your history. Because if I go to your history, I know where you've been. Like, check this, and this. Yeah,
actually, I had that weakness. Like, every time I would do something, I would leave it like. So it is one time my big brother tells me,
clean it up.
Clean your history.
Women, clean your history. Not in terms of excess, but also online. Because otherwise things might not go well.
And these things, when they are backfiring, they backfire to us more.
Badly. But now let's go to the national level. The NDP3 talks about digital transformation, and then how we shall industrialize. You see Kira Motors and what they are doing with those fancy bars. I've searched in one of them. They are nice. So you should check them out. But that being said, we have government entities that have not yet adopted that digital transformation. We are seeing some of the local governments, not on Twitter, not on social media. Government blocked Facebook. Just know digital transformation of Uganda is also another one. Yeah, but we still are on the theme of industrialization. What recommendations would we give to government to industrialize using the digital?
I think the first recommendation is just to first reduce the taxes, because
taxes
on the internet, also the digital tax, because truth is you cannot be aiming at digital industrialization and then when the tax is really like high. So that means you are just speaking it for the sake. You are not putting in the energy to make the citizens have the platform to really like participate in it. And then the second one, for the citizens to ably participate in this digital industrialization, the government has to really also be able to create for them access to the markets, to these digital markets, especially the women. You see that it is the men that have access, but the women are still lagging behind. And it is high time that, if we are addressing the issue of digital industrialization, then we should also have to put into the aspect of gender equality. So
inclusive,
for everyone to be inclusive, and for sustainable development, because there cannot be sustainable development without inclusivity of people. And also I look at the other groups of people, because you see you are aiming at digital transformation, but what of the blind? the visually impaired.
Visually impaired.
How will they get access to the services of digital industrialization? Or how can they also participate in this digital industry? So these are the things we should look at also as government. And I think, I know government can do a really great job in that, because there are very many times government has set up standards and it has really hit the standards. But it is just like a few elements there here that are really lagging us behind. But this digital industrialization, it is it is a big check for the government to really look into because we are really like evolving so much, and we need also the government support. Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
and to just add on what she says, if we do not evolve with the times, I think we're going to be left behind, okay? But most importantly, everyone who's out there trying to design solutions like AI solutions, I think they're also thinking in the back of our head for the people who are impaired. Yeah, they're thinking, if I can give this person a phone they can talk to, they're able to speak into the phone and say, call Lydia, call John, you know, type a message, you know? Yeah, type a message that says, hi, I'm in Nakawa. Come and pick me, you know? So these AIs that are being designed or developed are actually aiming a lot on the people who are impaired in ways or another, yeah? And I also insist on the digital tax. That one, Kenya cannot be at 2% and we're at 5% and we want to evolve and say we want to industrialize and have automobiles that are, you know, want to do it with fuel and want to, but we are still lagging here because if I don't know what percentage it is of people who access internet to the percentage of people who do not access internet because of the price of the internet, then we are not going anywhere. I cannot have access to internet, yet a person I want to talk to is in Gulu, but they're telling me I can't access internet. You see, we will not transform and we will not transact at that point. I'll have to again go back, tell them, get your car phone, go to the mobile money, I'll send the money through mobile money. Yes, we're trying to do it with this whole, yes, it could take a job right from someone, but how about let me just transfer the money directly to you so that I know it has not gone through a third party, fourth party, sixth party to get to you. And by the time it gets to you, you even don't know the PIN or put my PIN in. So, like we said, if that roadmap insists and says, let us skill people, let us actually skill people. Let us truly skill people and let us involve the women. Tell them, you know, what are you afraid of? What is the difference? We are fighting for equality. We are fighting for women empowerment. So let's get empowered, but let's get empowered in the places of knowledge. I believe if you have knowledge, you can break into any market, any space.
Yeah, if you have knowledge, you can break into any market. Thank you so much, ladies, for being part of the show and for joining us and for teaching us, especially around this world. Those IT people, now for me, I'm knowledgeable. They won't be bullying me. Well, we thank the government of Uganda and the Ministry of ICT in particular for giving us the roadmap, the digital transformation roadmap. It has been long overdue in partnership with UNDP. And because it feeds into the NDP 3 chapter 14 about digital transformation of what we as a country are going to do, but also from the NDP 3, it also feeds into the NRM manifesto, it feeds into the East African Vision 2050, feeds into the Africa that we want, Agenda 2063, and also feeds into the global scale of the SDGs 17 and 9. And for us as women to be able to be in these spaces, we have to digitalize ourselves. We have said it's as simple as mobile money, that is Momo Pay, FinTech, social media apps on our phone, your bank account, the way you use it. But we want to remind government that when we say that inclusive growth, industrialization for inclusive growth, and leaving no one behind, we also say that make sure that no one is left behind in this discussion and also in the skilling of digital transformation, how to just even operate a simple phone. But also we need to remind government that the children need to know how to use computers, but be protected online. The spaces for children online have to be the safest so that we don't have child pornography out there. We don't have robots speaking to them through their tabs and somebody, bullying them through the tabs. All those things have to be put, and that is the sector linkages between Ministry of Education and Ministry of Gender and Ministry of ICT. Thank you so much for joining us, and we remind the President that inclusive growth and leaving no one behind is part of the World Bank's agenda. Till next time, I'm Turyatunga Rebecca Juna.